Hi, I'm Randall Wall, and I'm inviting you to come with my wife and I and many others, somewhere between 12 and 20 at this time, to Nepal, of all places. It's an amazing trip. We go with our charity once a year. We do some good. We spend 4 or 5 days helping children, and we then sightsee because Nepal is an amazing country. You can see it here behind me. So let's get started. I'm going to show you what we do, what the costs are. We don't make any money off of this, so we act as tour guides and translators, and it's just a great time for everyone. So let me share my screen. All right, and there we go. Okay, so come to Nepal September 9th to the 19th with Equity Real Estate and Eternal Hope Nepal. And you don't have to be a member of Equity Real Estate or Eternal Hope Nepal. You just have to want to do some good and have some fun. Our main focus, as we mentioned, is serving the children in Nepal. So the first 4 or 5 days, we're doing a lot of things: vitamin distributions, health assessment, school repairs and painting. So bring some good shoes, a lot of walking. Get some good shoes and some clothes that you don't mind getting dirty or grubby on it, because we're going to do some good. And we also do some home visits, and we do a lot of distributions because there's a lot of need in Nepal, like writing paper. Can you imagine being in a school that had no writing paper because they're just too poor, and these children are just too poor? And school is not free in Nepal for anyone. And these kids can barely afford a uniform that's a couple of bucks if they go, or if they're able to enter into a school at all. So writing paper is a big help. So we have given tens of thousands of booklets away, and we want you to come help us. We visit these children, and we also help teach classes just like Mother Teresa did. India is right next door to Nepal, and she taught it on the ground in Calcutta, and we teach on the ground in Nepal because we're not a poor charity, we're just not a rich one. And so we don't have enough money for a lot of buildings and things like that. And we go to where the need is. We feed starving families on occasion. We may ask you to help deliver food. 50,000 children die each year of malnutrition in Nepal. Now, food supplementation is not our main focus. It's just a minor one, actually. But we try and take care of these children and make sure that they're getting good nutrition. We do trainings for women and children. We've given menstrual hygiene kits for somewhere between 40 and 60,000 women in Nepal that we've assisted along with Days for Girls. We do health assessments and health camps. This is actually a doctor here who came to do that. You might get a chance to put on some rubber gloves, put a mask on, and go figure, right? You should be used to that by now, and do some good. And you're going to make new friends for life. It's amazing the people that you meet there and what you can do. This girl here, Hannah, on the left, she sponsors this little girl for $20 a month, and usually comes every year to see how she's doing. You're going to experience amazing in Nepal because there is a lot of amazing to see. It's where the mountains rise above the clouds. I've been to 85 countries in the world, and it's the only place I've been consistently where the planes are flying on top of the clouds, and the only thing taller than the plane is the mountains. 14 Peaks was filmed mostly in Nepal. Maybe you saw Project Possible. If you did, you saw 8 mountains over 8,000 meters. We're going to see World Heritage sites like Pashupati, which is a cremation site for the Hindus. It's always interesting, sometimes a little macabre, but people like to see it, and we don't get too close. Even more interesting to me is the Agori Babas, the eaters of the dead. You're going to do jungle trekking. Who doesn't love elephants? These elephants are well treated. You're going to see rhinos, the famous Nepalese shorthorn rhino. The tigers, 700 pounds of hungry, so stay away from them. Don't get too close. You're going to see elephants and just have a great time. We also do canoe rides like nowhere else, where you get to see the wildlife up close and personal. And the ancient cities of Nepal, where some of these temples are predating the time of Christ, so older than 2,000 years. The monkey temple, we always have to see that. And they call it the monkey temple because there's a lot of monkeys. Don't pet them. Buddhanath Monastery, you get the chance to stay in a monastery. And there's a lot of cool ones here. And you might be able to take an amazing picture like Jenny did. We go to Pokhara, which is a home to a lot of different things. One of the best lakes in Nepal. It's the gateway to the mountains of Nepal, and a lot of people love to paraglide. It's almost at skydive, but off a mountain, but they don't do that. Paraglide off tall mountains like Usha and Dakota do, and get a chance to take some amazing pictures as you sail across the lake from a mountain peak. Estimated cost less than $3,000, mostly airfare. Airfare is typically about $1,400, but we've had people that said they got it for $600. I don't know how, but amazing. Just be in Kathmandu by the 9th of September, and let us know when you get there so we can pick you up. Estimated cost. Well, transportation, we charge an upfront cost of $275 paid in advance, or when you arrive in Kathmandu. That's going to cover group transportation to and from the airport and to the different activities, cities, villages, etc., and tour destinations. It just doesn't include the individual taxis or tuk-tuks if you want to go out on your own, but those are cheap. Tourism estimates, I spend anywhere from maybe $150 to $250. The most expensive thing might be the jungle safari, which is around $30. As you can see, it's pretty inexpensive. Hotel fees, you can spend, you can plan on $250, but it's probably a lot less, because if you don't mind double occupancy, it's about $17.50 a day, as hotels are usually range between $25 and $35 a night at a nice, clean hotel in Nepal, and one that has air conditioning, hopefully. And we do have a room in Chitwan that sometimes we'll let other people use as well, but there's no air conditioning, so that might not be as exciting. Food is amazing, and food is incredibly cheap. It's colorful, it's tasty, and one of my favorites is momos. And so this plate of momos cost me $1 or $2. So it can be either cheap or expensive. I plan on $20 a day, but I had one girl that came with us said that she spent $50 for 10 days, so she did it on $5 a day. Just be careful where you eat and ask us. We'll be happy to help. Only use bottled water, and cash is most common, so you need to make sure you bring a lot of cash with you. I'd bring somewhere between $500 and $1,000 in cash. Maybe I always carry at least 1,000 with me. Come join us. Come see the birthplace of Buddha. Yeah, Buddha was born in Nepal. There's a whole city that where he was born in Lumbini. It has all kinds of temples and different things. There's tigers, there's yaks. I like the yaks. They're colorful and interesting. If you want to come, you're interested in going to Nepal, doing some good with a charity, helping the children of Nepal, and then sightseeing and having some memories that last a lifetime, this is how you contact us. So just email randallandusha@gmail.com, or you can call or text Dr. Usha, 385-227-5269. I'll leave that up there for a second, but you really don't want to miss this. This is an incredible time, and you'll benefit like this as maybe nothing else. Come with us to Nepal.